So here is just a quick walkthrough of the prompt that I did for Billion Dollar Seller Summit that came third. I was really surprised. Hopefully it helps. And the reason I'm doing this is basically to show you just the inner workings of it and just to show you a run through of it start to finish. So it's not perfect, but I think it's useful. So first things first, in your account, you need to go to brands and brand analytics. So you're going to need to have your brand registered for this. And then after that, we're going to go for reporting range quarterly there and just do the most recent quarter. Now, the script is designed to the prompt that I've written is designed to look at search volumes over 1,000. Now, if you just set it to weekly, it's probably not going to find much because these search volumes will go right down. So you just need to bear that in mind. So I set it to quarterly for the purposes of this, and then apply that. And then you're going to have see your data here. Now, effectively, you're going to have here search impressions, search clicks, search add to carts, and lastly, purchases. And this is for your ASIN. And the ones that I'm going to focus on are your brand share, your ASIN brand share. So basket ads, brand share, say 80% for that keyword, and 0.23% of the basket ads for that keyword, for example, would be for that. And what you notice is that sometimes you've got a low impression share, so not so low amount of people have seen it, but suddenly a lot of people are clicking it, which means that comparatively that is, obviously a desirable thing. And then the final thing obviously is purchases, depending on how many people are purchasing it. So you can see which keywords actually jump up percentages and become more valuable to you and higher converting. And for those keywords, you can optimize more for them to get more impressions, add them to PPC and so forth. And vice versa, you can see which ones start off with more impressions and actually drop when it comes to purchases. So those are ones maybe you either want to, get rid of or optimize better for. So it gives you a lot of insights. So after that, you're going to do a generate download and like so. And then that is just going to add you to a download queue here. So I've got 3 in progress. It takes a little longer at the moment to get these downloaded, but I think that's just busy today. But anyway, for the purposes of this, I'm going to find another one that we can use. So here's my breakdown of it in pretty tatty looking form. And here is my prompt, which I guess is the most important thing. So let's just have a look here. And this is the prompt here. So got that going down. I'm just going to copy this prompt. So bear with me. So prompt is at number 8 in the SOP, which I'll share as well. And basically, I'm going to go to ChatGPT. And for this, you will need ChatGPT 4 and the plus version. I'm going to move my head out the way. And I'm basically going to just go here. And I'm going to add in a search query performance thing here. So it's obviously the one you've just downloaded, you'd add there. I'm just going to paste in the prompt. Now, what this will do, just move that, that's really annoying, is it's going to go through this file, it's going to read it and analyze it, and then it's going to give me an output file. And I've asked it for this case, and you can change this, and I suggest you do change it. Things high converting, which I've identified as things whereby it's seen its conversion is 50% higher than the impression share. So that means it's sort of punching above its weight for conversions by over 50%, so quite a big jump. And the search query volume is over 1,000. High click through, again, where it's getting clicked a lot more than it's seen, like comparatively. So these are ones where, again, it's a 50% jump. And I've just made that number up arbitrarily. You could be any number you want around that. Low click through, where it's getting seen more, but it's getting clicked less. And these are ones that you may want to bin as keywords, or you may want to optimize your listing better for them if they're relevant to your product. Low converting keywords. Something's going on with the sales process here. You're getting views, but actually people are dropping out of the funnel by the time you get to purchase. Maybe you look at your listing. And indecisive buyers, which for me, I've just made it where people are adding it to cart a lot and they're not checking out, they're not ending up buying it. So that's how I've set it up. And I've asked it to then literally just said, could you please put it into an Excel file that I can download with different tabs for each. Now, I'm not a prompt expert, but this is probably about the 40th iteration of this, just to get it to the point where it does it. And it sometimes makes a bit of an error, but it does get there pretty quickly. So I think that if you've got a better prompt, I'd love to please share it with me for this. If you're doing anything else with prompting or anything like this, please share it with me because I'd love to see it. Very much, like a newbie to all of this sort of stuff. And in terms of AI and things, but I do find it very interesting. So this is just what I've used it for. Anyway, as you can see here, it's done the list, it's done it here, and it's giving me a downloadable file, which I click there, and there it is. So we can open that file, and here it's got now, here it's got the high converting keywords, and what you find here is, right, 1 second, click share, so open this up. So that's the search query volume, all over 1,000. The impressions share is 1.6. The click share is 15%. So that means it's jumped up by a factor, hugely from a very small impression share to clicks. And purchases, it's still pretty high. It's still better in purchase percentage wise, about, well, 5 times what the first one is. So again, great keywords to optimize for. And often, yes, they're going to be the brand ones where they get purchased conversion even better. But toothbrush for babies, again, impression share, clicks, but it's actually purchased a lot higher as well. So it doubles up, it jumps up. Same for this one, 3% impressions to 9% purchases. So these are all ones that I know are going to do very well if I put them into a PPC campaign, and I should optimize for them. High click through, again, same thing, but this one is going to show me ones where the clicks jump up. So 1.6 here for this keyword, and again, it jumps up to 15% and drops down again. This one, again, these are ones where the clicks really jump up, so they're very, very relevant. You're doing something right then with the title, with the product, if it's a brand term, or something on the front facing part of Amazon when in the search results is doing very well to get that up there, and that's really super important. So then you've got low click through ones. Now these are possibly as useful as anything. So these are ones where you're actually getting views even though they're albeit small, and but people are clicking them less. Now pretty much every product I've ever seen that does well has a higher click through rate than an impression share rate. It just means that if it's getting clicked less, Amazon's sticking you in the shop window here, albeit again small percentages, and you're actually getting clicked even less, which means it's not desirable for the customers. So they're never going to rank well. So these ones need work, or they need to be binned. Low converters, something again could be going wrong here with the actual conversion part. You need to look at the sales process for these ones and see what's wrong there. And indecisive buyers, these are ones where people have added to cart but they haven't purchased. So just picked a random ASIN for this, but you can see all the insights that you can get, from this sort of thing. Now, one other little tip I'll give you is if you look at the thing here and you say, okay, maybe for this one, toddler toothbrush, maybe, I have a, particularly, good sort of, a particularly poor click through for that one. You can actually click into that more, into that keyword. And when you're in ASIN view, let me just go to ASIN view here. 1 second, because this is really quite cool. So, yeah, reporting range, just going to go weekly, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, if you say, for example, oh, this one I do particularly, my click-throughs are really poor for this, like people see it and then they don't click it. Click into that keyword, specifically in brand analytics, and have a look at how the competition does. Now, this is the top 10 products here. Just move myself out of the way again, sorry about that. And for this particular keyword. And what you're going to see is, okay, their impression share is this, and their click share is this. And then you can see, okay, this one got seen 3% of the time and jumped up to 12% of the time. So Dr. Brown's baby toothbrush is obviously doing something right. And it could be price, it could be the main image. So you can click into that and have a look, and you can see, okay, main image is fair. It's got a lot of ratings. It's got Amazon's choice in baby toothbrushes by Dr. Brown, but it's doing something right to get clicked, basically, from whatever that is. And as you can see, what I mentioned before, nearly every product that's doing well will have an increase from ASIN. Click share will always tend to be higher than the impression share. But you could have a look at one that's not doing very well, for example. So let me just take one that's this one, where this could do a lot better. It's not really doing much. And, and you could say, okay, well, maybe there's something about that main image that people don't like or whatever, but that isn't really, moving the needle very much. Maybe it's a particularly long title, actually. It's, maybe short on the title, but you get what I mean. But you can click in and you can see, and you could say to yourself, well, my product, okay, say has 2% and then it's 3%, but this one has 2% and then it's 12%. What are they doing correct better than me? And you can reverse engineer it that way. So I hope that all helps. I will send over the SOP as well. My email is rob@mrprime.com. It is my real name, so Robert Prime. And yeah, I'd love to hear more from you about how you use this stuff, if it's useful to you, what you're doing on Amazon and so forth. And also I'd like to, add you to a newsletter of things that I just personally send out that are of interest. I don't tend to regurgitate things that are out in the system too much because I don't want to read that myself either. I hope that helps. And yeah, thanks for the interest.